there, and welcome to Wandering Works for Us. We're Shelley and Beth, a married couple living in Portugal and exploring the world one story at a time. Come wander with us as we laugh through language fails, cultural surprises, and GPS disasters, and discover just how amazing this world can be. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast, Wandering Works for Us. I'm Shelley.
And I'm Beth.
And today we're going to continue part 2 of our day trips beyond Lisbon. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And they're also sort of off the radar.
Off the radar day
Places.
trips that, most people don't tell you about, or it's sort of those things that are hidden between the cracks, or you just have to be here for a while to really enjoy them.
So we're going to start with Palácio do Buçaco. Did I say that right?
I believe you did.
Okay.
Now, we talked about this in our episode on Braga, because that's the first time that we went there. The only time we went there.
Yes, but it was on our epic road trip.
It was on our epic road trip. And when I produced the episode on Braga and did all the artwork and everything for it, I kind of buried the lead because it's a little bit in the show notes, but it's not anywhere near there. So I don't know if you would ever know about it unless you listen to that episode.
Right.
So if you really want an in-depth version of it, you can go back and listen to it. But we're going to cover the basics here.
Yes, and it's definitely worth talking about again because it's an incredible place.
Yeah, plus it kind of fits into what we've been talking about because it's one of those small places that you go to on a road trip. It's, off the beaten path, so to speak, and it actually fits in with the Napoleonic Wars. Yay!
Such a theme.
It seems to be a theme lately, anyway.
So this palace, or Palácio, is a neo-Manueline Gothic style, and it's inside a UNESCO-protected forest.
A huge forest of about 259 acres.
The monks planted it with over 700 species of trees. And you can go there and you can actually stay in it because it is a hotel.
It's a hotel now, yes.
Or you can just visit. We went to just visit, and they were very nice about letting us just wander around. I mean, we didn't go upstairs to where the rooms were.
No.
But we had lunch in the dining room, and we talked about that, I think, at length in the other podcast. Expensive.
It's expensive, but exquisite.
It was really good. And the dining room itself and the outside areas just off the dining room, you can also eat out there, are just incredible.
God, they were gorgeous.
You kind of get up close to some of that outside architecture there, and it was well worth doing that.
It was worth it.
I suppose you could just go in for drinks and dessert or something if you were.
I think that was our original plan. And we were hungry because it is kind of out. I'm not going to say in the middle of nowhere because it is in a village, but I mean, it's a kind of out there. And if you don't know the area, we weren't going to drive down and hit a cafe. So we just, we'll just have lunch.
We'll just have lunch here, and it's white tablecloths and real silver and gorgeous china and all that.
It was fantastic.
So it's really kind of one of those places that you can't quite believe that it's real. It was built as a royal hunting retreat.
Actually, first.
It
was built as a convent.
Oh, okay. The convent is older than the palace.
Palace itself.
Okay.
So there was a convent there. And
because it's Portugal.
Because, yes, there's a convent everywhere. And, of course, it got decommissioned when they all got decommissioned. But it was also the site of, the battle that I told you about.
Oh, yes.
And when you go into the convent, and we highly recommend that, especially on a hot summer day, because it was cool.
It was nice and cool. But the convent was really beautiful.
It was beautiful.
And it was just 30 to 45 minute additional kind of thing.
Yeah, we didn't even know it was there, really. We kind of stumbled upon it as we were walking around the back.
Yeah, but do go in there if you go, because it's beautiful.
And then, after it was a convent, it was decommissioned. Louis the First?
Oh, excuse me, Louis the First. Yeah, because he was building it, the palace part for his wife.
Yes.
And then we think Carlos the First was involved after that, but we're not. It's a little fuzzy about.
It's kind of fuzzy because I think what happened is they ran out of money, which is weird because does the royal family run out of money? I don't know.
I suppose they can.
But it stopped for some reason, and then maybe Luis died. We don't know. And then Carlos picked it up.
Yeah. But then he was assassinated the year after it was built, which was in 1908. And basically, ever since then, it's been a hotel.
It's been a hotel because shortly after that, the royal family was gone.
Decommissioned.
Themselves.
Yeah. So if you go inside, when you enter the lobby, over on the right side in a little anteroom, they have all these displays of the original bellboy hats and candelabra and stuff from the early hotel days. And if you're a Wes Anderson fan, it'll bring back some of that from Budapest Hotel. So if you're a fan, go look at those.
Cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing that I think about when I think about this building, not only the incredible architecture, but is the azulejos.
Yeah, out front. Oh man, they are incredible. Yeah.
I mean, it's the tiles outside are incredible, and it's kind of hard to get to the inside because you just keep looking at them, and they're all different stories, and they're huge, and they're incredible. But then you go inside, and there's more. It is just so beautiful, and there's some really beautiful coffered wood ceilings. Yeah, it's a really interesting building.
And if you like the outdoors, they have like I said, 259 acres of woods that you are free to hike and explore through.
Yeah, there's trails.
There's trails all up through there. I mean, a lot of people don't go to the palace per se. They just go up and spend the day hiking the trails. So.
Yeah, because I think when we were driving up to the palace, we saw 2 or 3 places to park and get on a trail.
Get on a trail, yeah.
Yeah. Now, what we did is we walked the entire gardens that's behind the palace, which were incredible.
Oh, my goodness.
They were
every time
beautiful.
You turned around, it was something more beautiful.
I know. It was really, really beautiful. As you can tell, we loved it.
Yes.
It kind of had everything. It had tiles. It had gorgeous architecture. It had beautiful green surrounding. You know, it was just quite beautiful.
It was incredible.
It was very peaceful.
It's about 2.5 hours from Lisbon, which doesn't make it a great day trip, but it makes it a halfway stop between Lisbon and Porto, really. And a great, overnight stay if you want to stay in the hotel or just stop and have a nice, lovely lunch and walk around, stretch your legs. Or if you happen to be staying in Coimbra, it's a perfect little day trip from there.
It's just, 30 minutes from Coimbra?
I think it's 30 minutes outside of Coimbra.
Yeah. I highly recommend it if you love that kind of Palace Manueline architecture and tiles and green space. I would definitely do it.
You know what I'm starting to realize? Like, when we moved to Portugal, I was so excited about all these castles. Because, the United States doesn't have castles. They have large houses and palaces, I would say. But not castles. But, man, the palaces here are just as amazing. And sometimes, because a lot of them are convents or monasteries that have been turned into a palace, or they started out that way and they still have it connected on. It's
right.
Like Mafra. It's incredible. And have we done one on Mafra?
Unsure. We'll have to look.
We probably should have added Mafra onto this.
Well, that's kind of a whole episode in itself.
We'll move on then.
Okay.
Okay. Our next place that we're going to talk about, we just recently went to back in March, were the Grutas da Mira de Aire, which are the caves of Mira de Aire, or as we like to say, air, because that's the way it looks in English. Mira de Aire. And this was a neat little trip. I did not know that these caves existed. How did you find them?
I saw them, somebody posted about them, and I marked them on the map. And that was like when we first moved here, like
Wow,
3
that
years
was-
ago.
Oh, wow.
And so, and there's another set of caves not far from there, about 20 minutes from these, that we haven't been to yet. And we had someone tell us that the other caves are even better. So, stay tuned for us to talk about that.
Maybe that'll be another one.
But these were fantastic.
Oh my goodness, what a neat trip. Especially if you're a geology freak.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
so many stalactites and stalagmites and...
Do you know which ones are which?
No.
Okay, stalactites are coming down from the ceiling because they hold tight to the ceiling and don't fall.
Listen to you.
Mm-hmm. A good teacher told me that once. Don't remember who it was, but I remember the way
good teacher
to
out
remember
there.
it. Before we go in and talk about the caves, let's talk about the cool outside, which you didn't really see all of. But my son and I, who both love animals, went up on the hill right behind it, and they had donkeys and geese and goats and what am I forgetting? Peacocks.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
And they just had some really cool animals. It's like I don't want to call it a zoo. It's not a zoo, but it's enclosures where these animals are, but they have plenty of green space. Like the donkeys are in an area just like they would be in if they were kept on a farm, kind of thing, know. So
it was probably somebody's backyard full of animals.
No, it's part. It's part of the thing.
Experience.
It's definitely part of it.
I didn't.
And then they also have at least 3 feral cats that they've adopted.
No.
And remember, one of them was inside the cafe when we went in.
Right,
the little where we went to wait for our tour to start, and we had something to drink, and there was a cat just laying on the table, and of course. I and my son both loved that. Yeah. The cats were very friendly, and I don't know. It had a whole nother layer for me. I loved it.
It was cool. How long did it take us to drive up there? About an hour?
Yeah, right at an hour.
Probably an hour. About an hour and a half from Lisbon or so, and you definitely have to have a car or a private guide to take you up there.
Yes.
Because, there were bus tours, I think, that came in.
But those were planned stops on a bus tour.
Yeah, those were planned stops on a bus tour, so...
Not a bus you could just jump on.
There actually are tours that you can take from Lisbon. I have them linked in the blog post, which I will link, of course, in the show notes. But yes, you can take a guided tour from Lisbon up there to see these. And they will link it with Fatima.
Ah, yes.
Which is actually... It was a tack-on for us. We wanted to go see the caves. Most people go to see Fatima, and then, the Grutas are a tack on.
Yeah.
But not for us.
We did the opposite.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about Fatima in another podcast.
Yeah, we've yet to talk about Fatima. That was a great trip, too. But it's right there next to one another. It's only 20 minutes in between, so I think they link it into that.
Yeah, so recommend that
Yes.
you do it. So these are the largest open caves in Portugal. They were discovered in 1947 by accident. A local farmer noticed that steam was coming up during a cold morning, and several people decided to explore it. And as you have said, they found way more than they bargained for.
That'd be like me. I'd be like, "Oh, what's in this hole?
What's this hole?" Yeah.
And
So these caves were formed during the same era when the dinosaurs were populating that region.
Of Lourinhã also. See, another connection.
And there's only been 11 kilometers of the caves explored. There are more. And about 600 What's this? 600 meters. Okay, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, it's 600 meters down, basically. It's
open to visitors.
Yes. So the entire caves aren't, but kind of the beginning parts where they've excavated and they've built stairs and walkways and railings and things for visitors.
And lights and all of that.
It may only be about 600 meters across also. But I know it's about 600 to 700 meters down.
Yes.
Because, you have to take those steps. You are stepping down all the way.
Right. And so it's over 600 steps down.
Yeah.
But it
wasn't that bad.
Except for one spot where it's like maybe a couple of stories worth of steps if you were in a building. It's more like 10 steps and then you walk somewhere, and then it's 8 more steps and then you walk some more. And, it's that kind of thing. So I didn't find, even with my niece, I did not find them difficult at all, because they have built them or carved them into this cave for modern times.
Oh, it's perfect.
And then you get all the way down 600 meters, and guess what? There's an elevator that takes you back up to street level.
Goodness. I was like, we have to climb back up.
You have to walk uphill back to the parking lot, but it's only about a 300 meters or something like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. There are underground lakes in there,
and like little rivers and streams. So the entire time we took a tour, but our tour was in Portuguese.
It was.
And I'm not sure if they do a tour in English unless they have somebody special come in.
Yeah, I'm not sure they do either, because a lot of people that take this tour are Portuguese. So I'm not sure.
But there is an app that they have, and you can download it with the free Wi-Fi that's right outside in the cafe. And that's what Eli had. And
oh, that's right.
So as you go through it, they have the markers, and of course your tour guide stops and talks about the markers while we're there. Well, you can look on your phone and you can read to see what's going on.
Oh, that's right.
We were trying to practice our Portuguese.
We were.
I can't tell you it went well, but still, it was amazing to see.
It was amazing. And Eli would kind of, tell us things that happened. Like there was, I don't know, 3/4 of the way through it or something, we stopped in this kind of big flat area. And I noticed that there was this slab that was kind of at standing height, like you could lean on it. We were all standing there looking at different things. And Eli on his app said, oh, they built that. Was going to be a bar. And they were going to do kind of a bar thing, where you came down and everything. And then they decided that wasn't a good idea.
No, you don't want to give people alcohol and then try to get them out of a cave.
Yeah. But,
to stop to buy a bottle of water wouldn't be that bad.
Well, that's true. It lasted, maybe 45 minutes total?
45 minutes to an hour tops, I would say, yeah. It went by fast.
But really dramatic formations of these stalactites, stalagmites.
And it's backlit with all these colorful lights. So
they've done a good job with it.
They've done a really good job with it. And it's beautiful. I mean, the pictures we have are incredible.
They are. And it is perfectly fine for families.
Yes. Totally.
Yeah.
This is a good family thing to do.
Yeah. It's perfectly fine, even though there's so many steps. Your kids will probably do better than you will. So anyway, then at the final area before you go up some steps and go into the elevator is kind of like a little fountain show. Not really a show like Las Vegas, but they've got some fountains going and it changes colors and all of that. It was a little kitschy, but it was kind of cool.
It was cute.
Yeah.
Got some good video.
And the landscape around there outside the caves, when you get there, the landscape is really beautiful.
It is.
And I would say if you are going to go in the summer, you should book it ahead of time or arrive early. We went in...
We're in the March.
So it wasn't crowded.
And weirdly enough, those caves are warm.
Yeah, I can't remember what temperature they are.
60 and above or something like that.
60 no.
Yeah, 60 Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Sorry. It was about, what's 16.
Yeah.
16, 17 degrees. We were in, heavy coats and puffer jackets because, March is still kind of chilly here and we were headed into the hills. But once you step in there, it's so humid.
Very humid.
Woo, it's warm. And so, by the end of it, I was trying to unzip my coat and take it off. And it was hot.
And it's a consistent temperature and humidity kind of the whole way through.
Yeah.
And of course, you're walking and going down all those steps and stuff, so you're getting a little bit of exercise.
Yeah.
It was really worth doing, and it's only about, what, 10 euros or something?
It was $9.50.
Okay. It was not that expensive to do. There's a really nice, large cafe there and a little gift shop, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot of school groups that go there.
Yeah, we hit a school group when we were there.
But
they weren't in our group, which was good.
Yeah, indeed. But it worth doing. And if you like the animals, don't forget to go up the hill and see the animals.
Yeah, where the sundial is.
So next, we are going to talk about two places that are in the Bombarol area, which is how far from us? 20 minutes, 25 minutes?
30, I'd say.
30? Okay, something like that.
Bucaco.
Yeah, that one.
All right, so the first one we're going to talk about is Quinta das Cerejeiras, which is part of a whole thing in Bombarol. There is a house that is owned by Abel Pereira da Fonseca.
Or was.
Fonseca, if you notice, is a big family in like port wines.
Yes.
And these guys, as far as we know, don't make port wines. But he owned a company called Agricola do Sanguingal. I did not say that right.
Saguinal? Okay.
Saguinal. And so in Bombarol, they have this beautiful house that as you go into the center of the city, you see it, and it has all these beautiful tiles on the side, and you're like, what is that house? And it's his house. And right next door is the Quinta, where they do wine tastings and have a wine museum and all kinds of fun in there, right?
All kinds of fun. Let's talk about maybe the wine museum and tasting first. They have, as many of the small wine quintas do, smaller wine quintas, they have a lot of the antique presses and vats and tools and things like that they used.
It's a really small wine museum.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want a real wine museum, go to the one in Alcobaça. This one is just kind of part of the tour. I think they kind of set it up just to almost be a novelty.
I was going to say, almost give it atmosphere for the wine tasting.
They have a beautiful wine tasting room in there.
They do.
And so Beth found online that somehow, if there is a member of the family of the house present in town, they will give you a tour of the house.
Yeah, they have these special days where they do tours. No one lives there now.
Yes.
I think the woman that gave us the tour was a granddaughter of Abel,
yes,
who built the house and started the vineyard.
And so we got to tour the house, which was, oh my gosh, incredible.
It really was.
What a beautiful house. Now, like in our last, segment we just did, we talked about a palace. This isn't a palace. It's a regular house, but it's just as extravagant.
It's quite beautiful. And the
tile work in that place was amazing.
And she said a couple of times, my sister and I, or my siblings and I, have been working on these displays and all of this. Like in the bedroom, there's beautiful handmade dresses and things like that are on display, and the purses that I assume her grandmother carried and that kind of thing. I don't remember if her parents lived in the house. I don't think they did. I think she talked about going there to visit her grandparents.
Yeah,
and
I think it was a summer kind of house that they had, and they went there to harvest the wine.
It's kind of Victorian in feel.
It is very Victorian.
And, so there's the original wash basins in there, and the pitchers and dishes out set on the dining table. And what's so cool is if you get to do a tour, which we said is not very often, and what I would do is I would call the wine shop and ask when one will be, if you would like to plan one. They're always done by a family member, I think, and so they have all these memories of it and they talk about it.
That was really cool.
Yeah, and then there was also, remember, there was that separate recreation room that they had built just adjacent to it.
It was kind of out back. You
Yeah.
go across a small little patio area, and they had a room back there that had like a pool table and a game room.
And there were all kinds of antique
old games. Oh,
games
so
and
cool.
dolls and things, little roadster cars that, you rode, that you pedaled with your feet and that kind of thing. All of it was from the time that her grandfather was there. And so her parents or her father, not sure which side the grandfather's on. But anyway, when one of her parents would go there in the summer, and then they went there in the summer, and they would play with them. There is also a small family chapel on the grounds, and that was also beautiful.
Yes, that was very cool. And I think you will have to check this out with the museum staff, but I think that you are allowed to roam the gardens with part of the tour. Like if you don't get a private family tour like we did, you can go and you can check out the gardens and you can go back to the chapel. I think that's open for you. And then next door you can go by and do a nice wine tasting and check out their wine museum.
Yeah.
And I believe we ended up buying a liqueur from them.
We did. I don't remember what it was now. But
we drank it.
It was...
It must have been
gone.
tasty because it's gone.
Yeah. But it was something we tasted on the tour.
To a fortified wine. It's not port because it's not made in the Porto region. But
right.
I believe it was a fortified wine.
I think you're right.
And we liked those, so we drank it.
Mm-hmm.
Or it might have been a brandy. I can't remember.
I can't either. But
highly recommend the wine tasting.
Yeah, I would go. I would certainly go do it. And Bombarol is, the area around there is beautiful.
It's a neat little town.
Yeah.
And we've walked around it a couple of times. Most of the time we go through it on the bus stop. On the way to Lisbon.
On the way to Lisbon.
But it's a neat little area. But another place that they have in Bombarol that we think is worth visiting is the Buddha Eden Gardens.
They're incredible.
They are.
And they're out, I'm going to say, in the middle of nowhere. It's really not the middle of nowhere, but it is 10 or 15 minutes from, town. And you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere.
You could probably pair it if you decided to go to Abidos for the day, kind of hang out in Abidos and, if you have a rented car, you can pop down there.
Yeah.
But it's such a beautiful place. We're talking about 35 hectares.
Right.
Of land, and it's got sculptures and gardens and a little train ride you can take through it.
Yeah. Why it exists, if you will, is this man who is obviously wealthy in Portugal. The Taliban, however you pronounce that, was destroying the Bamiyan Buddhists. And he started saving them, basically, and bringing them over from there. And so he ended up with this incredible collection of
it's
Buddhas
yes.
and other kinds of related things. So he decided to open Buddha Eden so that other people could see it as well. And he did just really incredible things, like there is a small bamboo forest that you can walk through, and there's a beautiful Asian pagoda over the lake that you can walk on, and then just all of these different Buddhas and other deities. And he also recreated a bunch of the
terracotta.
Yeah, the terracotta soldiers.
Yeah.
He recreated those. I don't know if he had some original ones. I don't think so.
No. We did not have any
original
ones.
So he recreated a lot of those, and they are standing in a row in one area. And then the gardens are just beautiful. If you know what agapanthus is, there are thousands and thousands, probably tens of thousands of agapanthus that are planted all around the property, as well as other vegetation and flowers. And when they are in bloom, that color of this very distinct sort of purplish blue is what he has painted a lot of the trim in different places, or Those soldiers are painted a dark blue. I mean, it's just a lovely sensory experience.
It is. There's little streams that go through there and little waterfalls and lakes. I mean, you can walk for 2 to 3 hours easy.
Easy. And if you don't get around very well, there is this little train, and it's adorable. It kind of looks like one that you would go from the parking lot to the entrance gate at Disney World or something. It goes to 5 major stops, and you can get off at each stop and kind of walk around and see the major things, and then get back on when they come back around. About halfway through, if you're walking it, is a cafe, lots of outdoor seating, and you can really eat lunch there. They have things like sandwiches and things like that, but it's certainly a good place to stop and get an ice cream or something to drink or a cafe and take a break.
I'd find a way to, take your backpack and picnic and bottle of wine, bottle of water, some sandwiches or whatever you love to eat, and just go for a walk. And there's so many places that you can just have a seat or
right on the grass,
sit on the grass out there in a blanket. And then there's benches everywhere that you can stop and contemplate. It's just a beautiful garden.
It is. And then there's a whole nother section to it, which is his African sculpture collection. And he added that on later, but it is both stone and metal and marble and granite, and there are life-size elephants, monkeys, all kinds of things. There are some beautiful African sculpture there. I've never been a huge fan of that, or thought I wasn't. Like if I'm in a museum and I can't see everything, the first thing that I'll mark off is the African, or sorry, Shelley, the Egyptian section.
Man.
I know.
That's
And
beautiful stuff
and see all the paintings and stuff instead. But I will have to tell you that I know, but I will have to tell you that I have become a real fan of African sculpture after this, because
good.
It is incredible.
Look, the gardens are enlightening.
They are. They are. And also when you finish, there's a place where you can go to the bathroom, and there are bathrooms throughout. You can buy some wine from some vineyards that they have.
There's a place you can do a wine tasting there.
I think there is.
Kind of, us. If there's a wine tasting, we're going to find it.
Yeah.
And we tasted a few things from there. It was okay.
I will have to say it wasn't my favorite.
No.
But hey.
Go back down to the
you might
other
love
Quinta.
Yeah, you might love
Cerejeiras and get you something from there because it was better. But
you might love it. Who knows?
Never know.
I just think it is well worth doing. We saw people sometimes, like there was one in the bamboo forest who was sitting in a spot and he was meditating. It's that kind of place. It's very peaceful, and
it's a good place if you need a break for the day. You've done all of these tours and everything, and you're just like, you know what? I need a good place to just chill for the day. It's a good place to go do that too.
It is. It is. And no shame in taking the train. I did it when my knee was bothering me so much. And I also wanted to do it to see, because I'd already been there a couple of times, and I wanted to see if I got to see as much. And the answer is almost. I mean,
you may have actually gotten to see more because it takes you more around, and we only covered a little bit the first time we were there.
Well, that's true.
So the second time you went, you probably saw a little bit more.
And it does get hot in the summer. July and August, it's going to be hot, but there are places that you can buy water and the aforementioned ice cream. And there is a restaurant that we've now been to about 4 times.
It's really good.
That's really good. And if you're there in the middle of the summer, I would call for reservations, but it is called Mãe de Agua.
Mãe
de Agua. And that means mother of water. And it's really a good restaurant.
Very good. Good wine selection. The people are so nice, and the food is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, get the fish lasagna.
Oh, yeah.
That is the best.
They're kind of famous for their fish lasagna.
I know it sounds weird, but it's not. Trust me.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think we covered all of that for this episode.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, as we were going through this episode, we were like, oh, we haven't talked about several other things that we need to include in more episodes. So eventually we'll talk to you about Fatima and Mafra Palace, because we haven't talked about those two things. But coming up first, we are going to England again. I know we talked about it in our last episode, but yes, that's what we're doing first.
Yes, but we're seeing things in England we've never seen.
That's true. We're going to do new things, so you will have new itineraries and new guides and
seeing new
everything.
things, and then seeing new things in Scotland.
We're seeing new things in old people. Sorry, Julie. She doesn't listen. She won't hear it. And don't you tell her.
Yeah. No one tell her.
No one tell Julie that I called her old. But anyway.
Julie is younger
she's
than
my
me.
My oldest friend.
Yes.
So,
and she is younger than me. Thank you very much.
So, oldest friend that I keep in touch with regularly. So, yes, we're going to meet up with some friends. We're going to be in England and Scotland for 3 weeks. And then when we come back, we will do some more episodes on Portugal. But we'll also be doing episodes on England and Scotland and Northern Ireland, because we've yet to do Northern Ireland.
Yes.
So we got lots of content coming your way. Aren't you excited? I know I am. I can feel it right now. Or that could be the second gin and tonic I've had.
It could be.
I think that's more likely what it is.
Nonetheless, we will see you soon. And I think we can say boa tarde.
Boa tarde. Thanks for wandering with us. If you had a laugh, learned something new, or just enjoyed the ride, be sure to follow us on all of our social media at Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, YouTube, and I think that's it. Check out our website at www.forus, that's www.forus.com, and drop us a line at our email address at wandering@www.forus.com. We'd love to hear from you, your stories, questions, or favorite travel fails. Until next time, keep exploring, keep laughing, and remember, wandering works for us, and it just might work for you too.